At the end of this module, you will be able to find velocity of moving objects, to define velocity, to define acceleration. How would you describe how fast an object is moving? Already we have discussed about speed, but two more quantities are needed: velocity and acceleration. Now let us discuss about velocity. What is velocity? The speed of a car gives us an idea of how fast the car is moving, but it does not tell us the direction in which the car is moving. Thus, to know the exact position of a moving car, we should also know the direction in which the car is moving. In other words, we should know the speed of the car as well as the direction of speed. This gives us another term known as velocity, which can be defined as follows. Velocity of a body is distance traveled by body per unit time in a given direction. That is, velocity equal to distance traveled in a given direction by time taken. We know that distance traveled in a given direction is equal to displacement. So, velocity is equal to displacement by time taken. In fact, velocity of a body is its speed in a specified direction. That means in a single straight line. Speed is a scalar quantity while velocity is a vector quantity because it has magnitude as well as direction. That is, velocity is equal to displacement by time. The unit of velocity is similar to that of speed, which is meter per second. Let us discuss the differences between speed and velocity. Speed of a body is the distance traveled by it per unit time. Velocity of a body is the distance traveled by it per unit time in a given direction. Speed is a scalar quantity while velocity is a vector quantity. Speed cannot be zero, but velocity can be zero. Speed is simply how fast you are traveling, but velocity is speed in a given direction. Are speed and velocity always equal in magnitude? No, they may or may not be equal. For example, suppose a person travels 6 km in 2 hours towards east. Speed is equal to distance by time equal to 3 km per hour. But velocity is equal to displacement by time. Again, 6 by 2 equals 3 km per hour towards east. Here we have to mention the direction also. Another example, a car travels 40 km from Delhi to Noida in half an hour towards east. It comes back from Noida to Delhi in another half an hour. We have speed is equal to distance by time, that is 80 by 1 equals 80 km per hour. But velocity is equal to displacement by time, that is 40 minus 40 by 1. That means here the displacement is 0. So 0 by 1 equals 0. Right? Now let us discuss about average velocity. If we have given the initial velocity and final velocity, we can find the average velocity by the equation average velocity equals initial velocity plus final velocity by 2. Mathematically, average velocity equals u plus v by 2, where u is initial velocity and v is final velocity. A body has a uniform velocity if it travels in a specified direction in a straight line and moves over equal distances in equal intervals of time. no matter how small these intervals may be. The velocity of a body can be changed in two ways, by changing the speed of the body or by keeping the speed constant but by changing the direction. Acceleration. Have you heard about acceleration? When the velocity of a body is increasing, the body is said to be accelerating. Acceleration has a more precise definition in science. Scientists define acceleration as the rate at which velocity changes. A change in velocity can involve a change in either speed or direction or both. In science, acceleration refers to increasing speed, decreasing speed, or changing direction. So, acceleration is the rate of change of velocity. To find acceleration, we have the equation A equals v minus u by t, where v is the final velocity and u is the initial velocity and t equals time taken. The SI unit for acceleration is meter per second square. Uniform or non-uniform acceleration. A body has a uniform acceleration if it travels in a straight line and its velocity increases by equal amounts in equal intervals of time. In other words, a body has a uniform acceleration if its velocity changes at a uniform rate. A body has a non-uniform acceleration if its velocity increases by unequal amounts in equal intervals of time. In this module, you have learned that velocity is speed in a given direction. Acceleration is the rate of change of velocity.